Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with an interview video today. We're going to have a chat to an American couple that I spoke to last year, Travis and Chantil, who were riding their motorbikes around Spain when the lockdown occurred, and they were locked down in Spain for 3 months, but they were finally able to travel around Spain, and they're going to talk about some of their adventures traveling around this country by motorbike. Don't forget to check out their YouTube channel and also their blog and follow their adventures around Spain, Portugal and other European countries. So let's go to the video. Okay guys, how are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while, Stuart.
Yeah, it is. It is. I remember we spoke last year, maybe around this time, maybe a little bit later. I think it was in March sometime last year, and of course you guys were stuck in Spain at that time, but now obviously not. You've moved on. We'll just get a bit of a background in case people didn't see that first video. You guys are from the States, Travis and Chantil, and you were, as I said before, in Spain when the pandemic broke out and we all got locked down.
Yeah, we started motorcycle traveling actually a year ago to this day. So we left Germany and made our way to Spain, and then 2 weeks later, coronavirus caught up to the rest of us and the rest of Europe. And Spain, of course.
That's right. And when we last spoke, as I said, you guys were locked in somewhere. I think it was in Alicante or Murcia?
Murcia, yeah, just north of Cartagena.
Cartagena, all right, good. Yeah. And then you were stuck in that lockdown for months, obviously, as we all were. Then the country started.
92 days.
Sorry?
92 days.
92 days, all right. Yeah, I'd forgotten that. And then the country started to open up a little bit, and you were finally able to start your travels.
Yeah. It felt good. It was liberating.
And where did you head off to after Murcia?
We continued south. Our first major place was in Mojácar. Sorry if my Spanish isn't pronounced correctly, but
Mojácar.
Mojácar. Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect.
The beautiful white city on the hill.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So then we kind of continued along the coast, and then made our way to Granada, and then it went inland for a little while, even though it was hot, to Cordoba, and then did some hiking. Right, we did some hiking in El Torco. You familiar with the area?
No, not really.
It's just between Cordoba and Malaga. And we spent some time in Malaga, and then also Ronda in Huáscar.
Okay.
The Smurf village, painted blue.
Yeah, it's the same color as your background there.
Yeah.
The whole village is all blue.
People have told me that before. Yeah. Smurf colors happening. Yeah.
No, it's cool though. It was pretty neat. And then Sevilla.
But Seville was over 100 degrees. Well, I guess it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It was so warm.
Yeah.
Pretty warm.
Celsius, yeah.
So our original plan wasn't to be there until August, but or till late July. But it worked out. We still enjoyed those wonderful cities. And then the last spot in southern Spain was the Muela de las Carabelas, where Christopher Columbus launched his first expedition.
Okay, all right, good.
So that was pretty exciting to see, like actual life-size replicas of those ships, and then we continued into Portugal.
All right, great. So you had some good experiences around Spain.
Yeah, we love Spain.
Amazing experiences.
We still want to return because we haven't really seen the central and the western portion of Spain along the border of Portugal.
Because you got to the north of the country. I sort of saw a little map that you did, yeah.
Yeah, so once we got back into the northern part of Spain, then we actually parked our motorcycles.
And we hiked for a week in the Camino.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we went from Tui, Spain, all the way to Santiago.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you went up the Portuguese route, I think they call that.
That's what it's called, the Portuguese route, yep.
That's it, yeah.
So we've always kind of dreamt of doing that, although we only gave ourselves a week. So again, we'd love to come back and do more of those hiking kind of things. And then what else? We visited A Coruña, and then
my favorite,
the beaches. And then what was your favorite? You like A Coruña?
Well, mine was the Las Medulas. I love Las Medulas.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's that's like
The
the rock formation on the beach. Is that the one or that?
No, Las
no,
Medulas.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
yeah, that's no, yeah. You're talking Las Medulas, I think, is in Ponferrada. Yeah, very close to Galicia. Yeah, the Roman mines. Yeah.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. It's just beautiful. The green and red combine so well together, and it's just amazing.
And then our time was kind of coming to an end, so we had to make a choice. Then, once we reached that, we were about 60 plus days. So we had to make a choice to say if we want to continue traveling, well, it can't be in Schengen Europe. So we continued we continued toward the Balkans.
Okay, good. So you had those Schengen problems that people from outside the European Union have, right?
The British are part of that club now, I guess. Huh?
Exactly, yeah. Welcome to the club, exactly. Welcome to the club, that's it.
Sorry. It's not an exclusive club that you want to be part of, but it's
No. I'm not British, so I don't take offense, but it is a bit of a setback for people, because you do have those restrictions, and as you say, legally you have to leave. But I'm sure that if you travelled around Spain for a year, nobody would know, But obviously you've got that in the back of your mind constantly.
Yeah. Exactly. We want to follow the rules.
Yeah, that's it. So you guys are planning to come back. That's what I understand.
We hope. Okay. Yeah, we hope, because our original plan was to go to Morocco. Yeah. But that closed its borders fairly quickly, early March last year. So our hope is that we can get back to Morocco, but swing through the central portion of Spain on our way back.
Okay, great. Now, the restrictions, because obviously the country opened up, as we said, but there were still a few restrictions, like we had to wear, face masks became obligatory. There was, you couldn't go freely to restaurants and bars. You had to wait your turn a lot of the time. Did those things get in the way or not really?
We don't eat out a lot to save money. We've kind of done our shopping ourselves and prepare our own meals. I will say it got in the way of probably camping.
Yeah, because camping wasn't open for quite some time, and then just we were worried about sharing bathrooms and stuff with the campgrounds, so we kind of stood back on that for a while. Okay. So we went to Airbnbs at first. So
and Airbnb residents and owners they needed the income, so there was actually quite a lot of Airbnbs all over. Everywhere we went. And in some ways, it was actually less expensive just to stay at Airbnb with our own bathroom and Wi-Fi than it was to stay at a huge campsite.
Well, I suppose you were lucky in a way, because you were traveling around the country when not a lot of other people were doing it, right? Because
absolutely,
there would have been virtually no American tourists, I suppose.
No,
you ran into a few of them.
Well, but there's always going to be a few, but not the usual numbers,
No, not the usual numbers.
No, exactly. Like Alhambra, we were able to get tickets for the Alhambra literally the day before.
The day, yeah.
And we walked in the place with nine other people.
Yeah.
During our time frame, that's unheard of, right? Yeah, people, hundreds and hundreds of people are reserved each time frame and months in advance.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Spain, I think the year prior to the pandemic, Spain had something like 86 million people or something like that visit the country, and I think last year it was down to, I don't know what the exact numbers were, but I think it was like 20% of that. So you guys it was a fantastic opportunity to see the country empty, basically.
Right.
It was.
Well, there was a lot of things that were closed also because they hadn't reopened up. So we did miss out on some of the things that we would like to have seen.
For example?
I'd say like 20% of the time you'd say, "Oh, let's go check out this museum," and it wasn't open.
Oh, okay. So museums and things like that.
At least up until June, July, yeah. But of course they wanted to open because they were looking forward to the tourism. Right. I think part of it was we left in the end of June, and that was part of the problem because flights weren't open to Spain until July 1st.
Okay.
So I imagine many of those businesses are like, well, we're going to wait till July. But after July, it was pretty good. Like you could tell that tourism was picking up in Spain.
Yeah, internal tourism, of course, and there was probably a few people from Europe coming down. but all international visitors, I think, were basically it was a year without.
Yeah.
And I did notice, like, when we were on the Camino, we were talking to some of the travelers, and they said, "Yeah, we just stayed local this year because we just wanted to check out our own neighborhood, and also it's just too much bureaucratic stuff going around there. Everyone's trying to fly to every place."
Yeah.
So a lot of the tourists on the Camino were local, either from just the local surrounding countries.
Yeah. Spain's a beautiful country. You could spend your lifetime and visit all the little pockets of Spain and the different regions.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. A lot of diversity.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you guys went up into Portugal. How was that?
It was nice. Yeah, we spent a couple of weeks in Portugal.
And of course, on the coastline, it was a lot cooler.
Yeah. Our original plan was to spend some time kind of off-roading our motorcycles in the remote areas, but it was just too hot in July and August. So we stayed along the coast and got to experience the coastal side of Portugal. It was nice. Our Spanish isn't so good, but our Portuguese is even worse. So getting around Portugal is a little more of a challenge, but fortunately, English gets you pretty well in that area as well.
Yeah, it gets you by. Did you have any communication problems in Spain?
No, not really.
Yeah, no, because on the Airbnbs you can click if you want English on your for host.
Yeah, that always helped. But there was always plenty of options.
And then also there's so much sign language you can do to get people to understand what you want. You know what there was when we tried to fix my motorcycle? There was a little bit of communication there because hardly anybody knew English there. So it was kind of hard, and we had to point to the product we wanted, and it took a while to just explain to them, but
we got through it.
Yeah, we did.
It's our own fault. If our Spanish was better, we could communicate a little better.
Yeah. So you had a problem with your bike?
Yeah, I had a bolt that had sheared right off, and so it needed to be tapped out, and so I could put a new one in.
Kind of standard stuff. Bikes. Especially when you take them long distances like we do, and a lot of it's off-road and rocky and roads, they need maintenance.
Yeah, I can imagine. Did you see a bike culture in Spain?
Yeah, I felt like we did. Like we ran across quite a lot of people because we're on a BMW GS motorcycle. It's a smaller one, but yeah, people that drive or ride 1250s or 1200 GSs definitely saw us and wanted to talk to us. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know you see a lot of scooters in the cities and smaller bikes like that, but I didn't know whether there was like a riding culture like you could get in other countries.
I think there is.
Definitely, yeah. And we reached out to some of the ones on the Spanish Tet, and
Trans-Euro Trail,
for Spain. And we communicated with a couple of those guys. It was pretty cool.
Sure. Yeah, there's definitely an off-road culture and a riding culture. We saw plenty of big touring bikes as well, people that travel all over Europe in their touring bikes.
Yep.
I think part of it is Corona. I think one of the biggest issues for Corona, other than how difficult it is for a lot of people in the healthcare system, is that it's also hurting socially. I just don't think people are talking and communicating like they did prior to. So I felt like, especially in other countries, people are a little more standoffish because of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so in general.
In which countries, for example?
Well, I've noticed it more in as we get to the Balkans, further south we go, people are more open here, especially here in Albania, of all places. People are just very much like, "Hey, how are you? How are you doing?" And masks aren't as worn as often.
Yeah.
So it's interesting going from country to country and seeing it. Like we definitely saw a split between Spain and Portugal.
Yeah. Well, Spain and France too.
And especially Spain and France as well.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you cross the border, you're like, whoa, we are in a completely different world, totally different mentality. Nobody's wearing masks. The beaches are full of people.
Yeah.
So and Spain just seemed very much more like, hey, this is serious.
We're closing down. Yeah.
Let's take care. Let's do our best.
Yeah, Spain got so. I mean, you guys were here during the the tough times. I mean, Spain got absolutely smashed during that first moment, and and the country had trouble to recover from that. Portugal didn't suffer as much. That's why they were a lot more open, but then they suffered again recently. They suffered a lot more than Spain recently. So what's Portugal going to look like 2021? I don't know. Probably, people are going to have to wear masks there now. It's the way this thing goes. I mean, it's so unpredictable, and here in Spain especially, people had that sense of fear throughout the year, I suppose, or a lot of people did.
That was the only place we got stopped by a lady. I stopped at a place and I was eating some potato chips, and she pulled over and she said, "Hey, you need to wear your mask."
Oh,
I was
really?
like, "Wow, okay." That was the first time we ever got. That was in Spain.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I'm eating right next to the guy who's smoking."
Yeah.
So I was cordial, and we put our masks on, and then walked a little further down the road and finished my potato chips.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think we also have a little bit of a fear also to approach people because of the corona. I think it's in ours also.
It's kind of all around.
Yeah, social activity's definitely changed. I mean, you can't deny that. Everybody's gone into their shells a little bit, and there's a lack of trust, I suppose. You see somebody that's not wearing a mask, it is the standout nowadays in Spain. So that's probably why somebody decided to pull you up on it. But anyway, what can you do?
Yeah, it's especially sad in a country that's so. Especially like Spain, where people just relish in that opportunity to be social and hang out together, and it's a part of your culture for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is part of
much
the culture,
more than it is other countries. It'll get back to normal. It's just going to take some time.
Yeah, good. So you guys are planning to come back? Any date for that or not?
We can predict the future.
If 2020 has taught us anything, we're not making long-term plans.
No, okay.
But hopefully, we wanted to be there in probably September, October.
Yeah, we hope to.
Yeah, because we want to go up to North Cape and then circle back down into Spain so we can get into Morocco for the winter.
Oh, okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
So you've got long-term plans to be in the area, right? You're not planning on going back to the States?
No. Yeah.
We have nothing back there, so I mean, this is like our lifestyle. We have no home back there. We have
We're traveling vagabonds, I guess.
Yeah.
Is there a good word in Spain for traveling vagabond that's not like a homeless guy or something?
Well, they've got the word vagabundo.
Vagabundo.
You can also say that you're like viajeros probably, or mochileros if you like. Mochileros or
sounds better, mochileros.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Yeah, maybe you would associate vagabundo with a down and out person, but that's definitely not you guys, right?
Yeah, no, we that's we're trying. Our savings we still have savings, so we'll keep traveling until that goes away.
Yeah.
Living the dream, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. We're trying.
Time.
Yeah, it's definitely our dream, but we're making it work.
Well, definitely, if you do come back to Spain, look us up. And if you come to Madrid, it might be a bit hot when you're coming through. But if I'm here, definitely we'll have a beer.
Of course, yeah. Madrid is one of those places we feel like we really need to come back and visit. So, absolutely.
All right,
let's hope
great.
It works out. We just need the rest of Europe to open up to us, and we can start traveling again through the rest of Schengen.
Well, hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. They're talking about getting the vaccination plan, up and running, and I think that's going to allow people to travel freely again.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a little bit up in the air at the moment, but everybody wants these countries to open up again.
Yeah. Because you guys need it too. Tourism is big.
But also, vacation is such a relaxing relief from everyday grind. You have to go on vacation.
Yeah, it's become part of people's routines, hasn't it? That you get a couple of weeks away, go to the beach or whatever, and if you can't have that, as a hole in a lot of people's lives. That's right. Yeah,
it definitely is.
But anyway, all right, good. So we'll start to wrap it up. Been good speaking to you guys again, and let us know when you're back in Spain.
Yeah, always. Yeah. And if you feel like you want your little bit of travel we're still making it work. Your travel fix. Check us out at viajarmoto.com.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that, but you guys have got a YouTube channel where you're putting your videos of your adventures up there.
Yeah, we are.
There's some pretty
we do
amazing...
every week. Our videos are behind, but we're in Portugal now with our videos, and
okay.
Within the next couple of weeks, we'll start the Camino hike, and that'll be up on YouTube.
All right, good.
There's some pretty amazing videos on Spain and the whole thing of Spain that we've seen. So.
Yeah,
I can imagine. Yeah, showing people the world that Spain is on your bike. That's right, getting around. Yeah. So we'll stick that link below so people can check that channel out and hopefully they can see your adventures.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a great time. We look forward to keeping in touch with you, Stuart.
All right. Good one, guys. We'll be in contact. See you later.
All right.
Thanks, Stuart.
Ciao.